बांग्लादेश आता है ना, तो हमें इस बात का हमेशा गर्व होता है कि मेरे भी देश का कोई जवान था जिसने अपना रक्त दिया था इस बांग्लादेश के लिए।
India-Bangladesh friendship, the seed was put in during 1971, during the War of Liberation. It came through the bloody struggle, which was fought with the help of the government of India and the peoples of India. Without the support of India, it was very difficult to sustain and fight from Bangladesh. And it wouldn't have been possible that Bangladesh existence in the world history. So you always admire the 71, the relation between India and Bangladesh and government to government that time, particularly the Bangladesh government was formed in India, survived in India the 9 months. The war was supported by, from the beginning it was BSF. After the recognition of Indian government to Bangladesh, then Indian Army, Indian Defence Forces came in.
1971. A movement for self-determination which rose in the then East Pakistan, sparked by continual subjugation, denial of rights and persecution by state powers concentrated in West Pakistan, was attempted to be quashed by violence by the Pakistan Army. A brutal Operation Searchlight was launched by Pakistan's military junta to quell all dissensions by killing Bengali nationalists of its East Province, raping women, destroying properties and infrastructures. Millions of people started fleeing the country. They crossed the border and sought refuge in India. With 4,129.171 kilometers international border with Bangladesh spanning states of West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram, India was willy-nilly drawn into a conflict of another country. The Border Security Force BSF, raised on 1st December 1965 for ensuring the security of the borders of India, found itself in the center of this humanitarian crisis from March 1971, months before the Indian Army moved in, with the then Prime Minister late Srimati Indira Gandhi instructing the new force to render some help.
I don't think we can shut our eyes to the situation in a neighboring state.
The Border Security Force is the largest border guarding force in the world. The contribution of Border Security Force to the glorious saga of the liberation of Bangladesh began from 26th March 1971, well before the actual hostilities erupted. The BSF provided logistics, training, arms and ammunition to the freedom fighters of Mukti Vahini in liberating Bangladesh. The Bangladesh government in exile was formed on 17th of April 1971 under the security cover of BSF, and the Constitution of Bangladesh was drafted by the Chief Law Officer of BSF, Colonel M.S. Bains. BSF established the Bangladesh Force Headquarters and carried out all the tasks necessary for the training of the Mukti Vahini, disrupting railroad communications of Pakistan forces, and setting up of a proper administration for conducting future operations. All these activities were carried out independently under the command of the then DG BSF, Padma Vibhushan Shri K.F. Rustamji. We are celebrating 50 years of liberation of Bangladesh and the centenary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. During the year-long celebrations that began on 3rd of December 2020, BSF has chalked out a number of programs to spread the message of cooperation, coordination and bandhutva along with Border Guard Bangladesh.
1971 war veteran and former principal staff officer of BSF Eastern Command Headquarters, Sameer Mitra, describes the situation thus.
71 war was never India's war. But why India joined hands with the Bangladesh Mukti Vahini? Reason being, according to our culture, our heritage, we uphold the humanity. The BSF gradually start getting involved with the clandestine warfare initially, because the army cannot move until unless war breaks out to the forward area.
BSF's involvement with Mukti Jodhas included giving weapon training. Several locations like this firing range at Bogafa, South Tripura were the chosen venues.
Bagafa plays a very crucial role in providing training to the Mukti Jodhas at that time, later termed as Mukti Vahini. BSF as an organization played a very crucial role in training them, because this camp was basically for BSF. At that time, 5 training centers for Mukti Vahini people were established in entire Tripura, and Bagafa was one of them.
Retired BSF DIG R.N. Das, who was in charge of training Mukti Jodhas at Tapurhat camp of Cooch Behar, West Bengal, informs that the initial training was just with lathis. Weapon training was included later.
For giving them training for about 4 weeks training. First was the making them discipline, at least they could march in one line. No weapon was allowed to be given to them. So though they were asking for the weapons, from the very beginning they were asking for the weapon. I said, no, not at this stage, you see. You first start with the lathi. So with the lathi itself, they were quite worked up. Motivation was not required much. They were already highly motivated people, you see. Then I was also told that we have to give them training in the demolition, blowing up bridges, small things, small demolition.
A little ahead of the Bogafa firing range in BSF's Bilonia border outpost, located on the banks of the transnational river Muhuri, which flows into Bangladesh's Feni River, one would find some remaining bunkers built by BSF during the Liberation War period.
ये जो आप बंकर देख रहे हैं, ये 1971 में बना, ये हम लोगों ने बनाया था BSF के, और इस बंकर से काफ़ी पाकिस्तान फौज को हमने रोकथाम किया.
The training was not restricted to land alone. The serene Gomati River of Tripura was one of the centers where from BSF and Indian Navy trained the Mukti Vahini in fighting from the waters. BSF, however, was not allowed to enter the war scene directly, despite provocations from the Pakistan side. BSF retirees recount how they donned lungis, vests and gamchas to masquerade and fight the Pakistan army dressed as Mukti Jodhas. Other help included providing medical treatments to large members of Mukti Jodhas and refugees. The common people of the bordering areas too were drawn into this war scene. Many locals were recruited by BSF for sundry jobs.
71 का अप्रैल का पहला
2-3 तारीख में हमको बीएसएफ बुला लिया। जब घमासान लड़ाई शुरू हो गया तो हम बीएसएफ सिविल ड्रेस, नेकर और बनियान, एक गमछा, हथियार लेके अंदर चला गया। मुक्ति बहन के साथ लड़ाई किया मिल के। कहीं कहीं एम्बुश भी लगाया। एक एम्बुश लगाया चांदला सक्कर मारबारी, वहाँ 16 नौका पाकिस्तानी फौज आ रहा है, खबर मिल गया। एम्बुश लगाया, पूरा 16 नौका को ख़त्म कराया। इसमें मैं भी शामिल था।
1931 साले जब लड़ाई होगा उस टाइम मेरा उम्र था 15 साल। तो उस टाइम में आँखों से जो देखा की तो ऐसे शरणार्थी आया, ईपीआर आया, ईस्ट पाकिस्तान राइफल्स बंगाली आया। उस टाइम हमारा गांव में मैं मदद किया। हमारा एक तालाब था, तालाब का अंदर सब इकट्ठा होके तो भूखा था, तो उस टाइम पूरा गांव से कलेक्शन करके थोड़ा रोटी चाल दे दिया उन लोग को।
In fact, even today, almost every house along the Indo-Bangla border has some Liberation War involvement story to recount. Many houses have international border pillars located in their compound, with one portion of their house in India and the remaining portion in Bangladesh. Old-timers relate that at the time, apart from BSF, which was in the forefront, almost every house, including the tribals who had no affinity with the Bengali refugees, gave shelter to at least one family.
It took me almost 20 days to cross the border. I crossed the border through Jibon Nagar, Border Security Force of India, and the people of India. They received us as if we are their own brothers.
The state-wise influx of refugees to India is documented in Bangladesh's own Mukti Juddho Jadughar, or Liberation War Museum, located in capital city Dhaka, which shows that while West Bengal saw the maximum influx, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and even Bihar and other states sheltered refugees from Bangladesh. With over 21,000 artifacts, photographs and memorabilia spread over 4 galleries, the Mukti Juddho Jadughar is not only a complete study of the protracted struggle of Bangladesh, including the armed 1971 Liberation War, but also highlights the country's unbreakable bond with India, which has its roots from much before the birth of Bangladesh.
Victory was sealed with the bondage and friendship by the government of India and People's Republic of Bangladesh, and also the people-to-people friendship, because many people in India on the other side of the border especially has rendered their cooperation and support to the refugees, to the freedom fighters. There were many events that were organized, cultural events, musical events, solidarity events, and it is a great story of people uniting together for freedom.
From India, Bikot Chaudhary, who was correspondent of Tripura's well-known newspaper, Doinik Sangbad, who was thick into the scene, recounts some touching stories.
I remember a Brahmin lady was sheltering a pregnant Muslim young girl, and the child was delivered in her home because there was no time. She came all the way running across the border, and she was almost 9 months, caring for 9 months, and the child was delivered when she reached at Agartala that night itself, and she acted as the midwife. So, being a Brahmin lady, you know our superstitions and all this were, but in that hour of crisis, the human feelings of a mother for a child was remarkable.
At the Hridaypur BOP in West Bengal, at a walking distance from Bangladesh's historic Mujibnagar, where the first provisional government took oath, such touching anecdotes of friendship formed during liberation wartime are till date nurtured by many elderly persons. Sprawling over 20.1 acres of land, the picturesque Mujibnagar Memorial Complex in Meherpur district of Bangladesh, formerly known as Baidyanath Tala, has a gigantic representative map of Bangladesh in its middle. It is built on the site where the provisional government in exile of Bangladesh took their oath on 17 April 1971. The complex highlights various facets of Bangladesh's war of liberation. India's contribution has been highlighted in the statues representing signing of Pakistani Instrument of Surrender on 16 December 1971 between Lieutenant General Jagjit Singh Arora, General Officer Commanding-in-Chief of Indian and Bangladeshi Forces, and Lieutenant General Niazi, Commander of Pakistan Army. Retired BSF Commandant Jugal Kishore Chaudhary, who once rendered service as liaison officer to MAG Usmani, Commander-in-Chief of Bangladeshi Forces, recounts how BSF successfully secured the Mujibnagar area for the oath-taking. While BSF's first Director General, Padma Vibhushan late K.F. Rustamji, wrote in his book on the Liberation War how India kept the oath-taking a top secret, or else the Pakistani forces could have eliminated all the Bangladeshi leaders together at one place.
17 April 1971, just before that, 2 days before, my company was asked to move to Mujibnagar to secure the area from the security point of view, because there was a threat from Pakistan Army side, and on that day, Bangladesh was formed. In that meeting, guard of honor was given to President Khundar Mustaq Ahmed, Mr. Tajuddin, General Usmani, they were all there, and they declared Bangladesh from that stage. So it was a complete BSF show.
The retired commandant takes us to the serene Sri Aurobindo Bhavan in Kolkata, West Bengal, formerly House No. 4 Theatre Road, where from the Bangladesh government in exile functioned after the oath-taking.
Mr. Tajuddin and his cabinet colleague used to function from this building. Now it is Rishi Aurobindo Bhavan.
Kolkata, the city of joy, can boast of many such edifices like this Bhasha Shaheed Smarak, made in the memory of the Bangladeshi people who laid their lives for the cause of Bengali language. At a walkable distance from the Aurobindo Bhavan is 2B Lord Sinha Road, which today houses BSF Eastern Command Headquarters, once the office of the former BSF IG late Golak Mazumdar, who played a pivotal role in the formation of Bangladesh. Brigadier B.C. Pandey, put in charge of BSF's operations at Agartala, later honoured with Padma Shri. Brigadier M.S. Chatterjee, stationed at Balurghat, were among the other legendary BSF officers whose contributions to liberation of Bangladesh remain immeasurable.
71 war was indeed a watershed for India as well as the new nation Bangladesh which emerged, and BSF was indeed proud of the number of brave hearts who led from the front, and these included the BSF personnel as well as some commanders who did wonderful work in helping the Mukti Bahini do the wonders that it did in Bangladesh, and also thwart the efforts of the Pakistani army. From the BSF side, certain officers, namely Brigadier B.C. Pandey, Brigadier Michael Chatterjee, and Lieutenant Colonel O'Connor did lead from the front and motivated our BSF personnel.
The assistance by BSF included designing of the government in exile's 8 postal stamps, whose first day cover was shown to us by retired BSF IG Anil Kamboj. Kamboj also related how BSF helped in designing of Bangladesh's national flag and framing of the constitution.
BSF also helped the government of exile of Bangladesh in designing their national flag. Their constitution of the government in exile was also helped by BSF. Then the chief law officer, Mr. N.S. Bains, helped the government which was functioning from BSF headquarters.
The all-round unconditional Bandhutva, rooted in 1971, has been beautifully brought out in monuments like Bharat-Bangladesh Maitri Udyan, located at Chota Khola in Bilunia subdivision of Tripura, which exhibits splendid sculptures, wall panels and statues jointly made by artists from India and Bangladesh. The bond is reflected in many monuments across today's Bangladesh as well. In Dhaka University, for instance, one can find this marvelous sculpture of Bangladesh Liberation War. Busts of martyrs, politicians, social reformers, including many stalwarts from India, surround the main sculpture, thus highlighting the close association between the two countries. It is this intertwined history of the two countries which makes hundreds of Bangladeshis travel miles to India every day, some for business, some for tourism, some for medical treatment, some to meet friends and relatives, and other emotional reasons. Youth of both countries share equal reverence for stalwarts like great Nobel laureate Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, who had penned the national anthem of both the countries. Apart from the people and the forces, the Indian media also rendered yeoman service to the Bangladesh cause by drawing international attention towards the struggle.
So media played a vital role in communicating the people all over the world about one of the history's greatest mass massacre after the World War, Second World War. The cream of the international media, they landed up in Agartala, and because this was the meeting point, there was an exodus of refugees almost in thousands every day, and the ruling party, Awami League, their leaders also were there in Agartala.
I think it would serve a useful purpose.
Perhaps realizing the great importance of reaching out, the leaders of Liberation War movement had started a makeshift 1 kilowatt radio station in this now dilapidated house at Bogafa, Tripura.
ये जो टूटा-फूटा बिल्डिंग जिसमें हम अभी खड़ा है, ये बिल्डिंग था 92 बटालियन बीएसएफ का एक रूम. इसमें 1971 में 2 सेटअप हुआ था, एक इंटरसेप्शन सेंटर, दूसरा जो रेडियो सेंटर वो भी सेटअप बाय बीएसएफ. क्या ट्रांसमिट करना, जो ऑपरेशन ऑफ एक्शन में क्या क्या डैमेज हुआ, क्या कैजुअलिटी हुआ पाकिस्तान का, कहाँ तो गया, ये सब कुछ यहाँ से ट्रांसमिट होता था. मुक्ति फौज का हौसला बढ़ाना.
In Bangladesh, renowned journalist and writer Harun Habib, a correspondent with Swadhin Bangla Bedar Kendra during Liberation War, too has many memorable stories about India to document.
When the Pakistani army raided the Kalughat Betar Kendra and other places where the Swadhin Bangla Betar Kendra, this clandestine radio was operating, the organizers, they all crossed over to Indian territory in Tripura through Sabroom and other places. And with the help of Indian Border Security Force, BSF, they established their camp in the Shalbon. It is a very nice place, forest place, just in the heart of Agartala.
The Bogafar radio station was later shifted to Salbagan in Agartala, which today houses the headquarters of BSF. A memorial has been built right next to the entry here to remind the people of today of the glorious days of yore. Karimganj in Kachar, Assam has similarly built a memorial to honor 3 bravehearts, including BSF martyr Sub-Inspector Bharat Singh Gurung, who sacrificed their lives to defend the soil against Pakistani attackers. The Jarapata village here was captured for a few hours by Pakistan forces, but brave BSF Jawans soon fought back and recaptured the post and village.
Bharat Mata ki jai! Bharat Mata ki jai!
Kilapada in the West Garo Hills of Meghalaya is a historical site reaped by the blood of 9 brave BSF martyrs. Suddenly attacked and taken over by Pakistani forces, BSF personnel bravely counter-attacked here, led by Assistant Commandant B.S. Tyagi, to regain control within 2 to 3 hours. In fact, 1971 saw the participation of 23 battalions of BSF in the Liberation War. 125 BSF Jawans sacrificed their lives, 392 were injured, and 133 were reported missing. Apart from Kilapada and Karimganj, war memorials have also been built at Hilli and Khalpara in North Bengal in memory of some of these bravehearts. Today, the memories of the bravehearts remain etched in minds forever. Proud relatives recount the tales of glory which have motivated hundreds.
मैं कोलोधर सैकिया का पोता हूँ। मेरे दूसरे दादाजी से उनके बारे में बहुत कुछ सुना मैंने। उन्होंने जो देश के लिए किया उससे मुझे गर्व है। मैं अभी फ़िलहाल बीए का स्टूडेंट हूँ, लास्ट ईयर का। मैं बीए पास करके उनके जैसा BSF या आर्मी में ज्वाइन करना चाहता हूँ।
This bravery in the face of unsurmountable odds fetched BSF 2 Padma Bhushan awards, 2 Padma Shri, 1 Param Vishisht Seva Medal, 1 Mahavir Chakra, 1 Ati Vishisht Seva Medal, 11 Veer Chakra, 46 Army Medals, 5 Vishisht Seva Medals, 44 Mention in Dispatch and 63 other medals. In the Eastern Theatre, Lieutenant Colonel O'Connor, DC Inderjeet Singh Uppal and AC Laltavana Lushai were awarded with Veer Chakra. Pained by the loss of lives, former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi expressed her gratitude in a letter to BSF's first Director General Padma Vibhushan K.F. Rustamji. Across the fence, similar stories of personal loss have further strengthened this bandhatva. Young college student from Bangladesh, Mohammad Nasiruddin, exudes warmth as he talks about his grandfather, a late Muktijodha.
আমার নানা মোহাম্মদ বজলুর রহমান। উনি মহান মুক্তিযুদ্ধে নিজে সশরীরে অংশগ্রহণ করেছেন। উনি আমাদেরকে বলেছেন যে 1971 সালে পাক হানাদার বাহিনী যে বর্বরোচিত হামলা বাংলাদেশের মানুষের উপর করেছেন, তখন যদি ভারত আমাদেরকে তাদের সর্বোচ্চ শক্তি দিয়ে সাহায্য না করতো, তাহলে হয়তোবা আমরা এখনো পাকিস্তান থেকে মুক্ত হতে পারতাম না।
Today, 50 years after its liberation, Bangladesh, like India, has grown by leaps and bounds. The bond with India remains strong. Trade, as can be seen in the Petropol, Benapol and other integrated checkposts along the Indo-Bangla border, besides other new age priorities and coordinated border management on both land and riverine international borders, have been added to the list of interests. The opening up of road communication, waterways, airways, and railway network, with new trains being added between the two countries, have further intensified the people-to-people connect.
Trade is booming. The road network has become much better across the two countries, and over 10,000 people cross the Indo-Bangladesh border on a normal day, all across the border, and almost about 5,000 trucks of trade takes place on each day. So that's a huge amount of trade and interaction with the people that's happening across. So today, not only the BSF, but you have the customs, you have immigration, you have local police, and you have enforcement directorate, you have all kinds of agencies which are trying to coordinate with each other, help out each other, and make travel from one place to another or the trade across the borders much better and more people friendly.
আমাদের সাথে যে ভারতের যে এটা বন্ধুত্ব, এটা তো অনেক বিশাল, এটা বলে শেষ করা যাবে না। 1971 সালের মুক্তিযুদ্ধ থেকে এই পর্যন্ত মানে ভারতের যে যতগুলো কাজ সবগুলোই পজিটিভ, কোনো নেগেটিভ বলাই যাবে না। ভারতের সাথে আমাদের কোনো নেগেটিভ নাই।
This camaraderie can also be witnessed in the regular joint meetings and other events, including the joint retreat ceremony drills participated in by border guarding forces of both the countries.
Friendship between Bangladesh and India, and especially the border guard Bangladesh and border security force of India, is excellent since its inception, and this has been taken to a certain level in recent time with the interaction, with the exchange of visits, with the flag meetings, with the courtesy meetings and joint cooperations we have, and also information sharing. All these are strengthening our relation day by day.
The Maitri Cycle Rally, organized on the occasion of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's 101st birthday, which saw 13 BSF personnel riding over 4,000 kilometers to uphold the friendship between the two countries, is a case in order. BSF has planned many such year-long events, including football matches between BSF and BGB, all targeted to bring people of the two countries closer.
We are really overwhelmed with joy and happiness to see that BSF has organized so much of programs, and they have taken so much of pain to celebrate the centenary birth anniversary of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
The enthusiasm of people of the two nations at the border hearts, supervised jointly by BSF from Indian side and BGB from Bangladesh side. The plethora of civic action programs organized by BSF among the border population. The solving of most of the problems which arise by just holding a flag meeting between BSF and BGB are other pointers of the inseparable connect.
India's strong and everlasting synergy that began with the liberation of Bangladesh continues even today at a multi-dimensional level. Border guarding forces of both the countries are driven with a progressive ideology and an understanding of cooperation. Today, BSF and BGB are taking a plethora of confidence-building measures like simultaneous border patrols, border hearts, joint training activities, etc. During the year-long celebrations of Golden Jubilee of Liberation of Bangladesh, several programs are being organized. The Maitri Cycle Rally was flagged off on 10th of January 2021 and concluded after covering a distance of nearly 3,700 kilometers on the Indo-Bangladesh border on 17th of March 2021, 101st birth anniversary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. This bonhomie and camaraderie of BSF and BGB will strengthen our mutual cooperation in maintaining the sanctity of our borders along with the safety and well-being of our border population. BSF will continue with its sincere endeavor to further develop the existing levels of friendship and cooperation with the BGB for the common interest of our two nations.